Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be covering some information on Arena Breakout Infinite. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me build up some followers and with the algorithm so that more people can find my videos. So let's get right into it. Arena Breakout Infinite has been flying under my radar for quite some time now, but I finally gave it a shot. And to be quite honest, it's one of the most approachable and surprisingly fun extraction shooters that I've played. When I heard about the game, I was fairly skeptical about another Tarkov killer. However, it's been really good so far. Arena Breakout's system draws heavy inspiration from Escape from Tarkov, nearly mirroring it in structure, but currently it has a more streamlined and accessible design, which is actually a strength at this stage, in my opinion. While Tarkov boasts an incredibly deep itemization ecosystem with hideouts, crafting, and a robust trading network, Arena Breakout simplifies things by using most items as a form of currency. Players can sell loot on the marketplace and trade with the NPCs known as contacts, who offer weapons, upgrades, and tasks. Contacts also provide quests, which will send you into different maps to complete objectives, like locating areas, eliminating enemies, or retrieving items that they want. There's currently no hideout in Arena Breakout. However, they have announced that they are putting it in. For those of you who don't know what a hideout is, it's essentially a housing progression system that can be upgraded through collecting items and cash in raids, allowing for stations such as medication or food or shooting range, maybe even a GPU farm that can help you generate money. Ultimately, this gives you options to craft things, passive benefits, and just a way to generate cash. It's confirmed to be in development for Arena and should be introduced in future updates. The health system is also worth highlighting, and it's very similar to Tarkov. It breaks down your body into segments: head, chest, abdomen, arms, and legs. Each can be injured and healed independently, and damage to the limbs can affect your mobility, stamina, recoil control, and overall health pool. Bleeding is essentially dangerous, as it is in real life, as it gradually lowers your total health until you patch it up or you completely bleed out. While getting ready for a raid, it's refreshingly straightforward in Arena thanks to the well-designed tutorial that walks you through the core systems. The first playable map, the farm, serves as a sort of training ground where you'll get familiar with movement, gunplay, looting, and even spatial inventory management. You'll encounter new players and AI here, making it a safe space to practice everything from reloading half-filled clips, looting efficiently, and learning the lay of the land. The progression system in Arena Breakout feels very rewarding and well placed. Quests and event objectives provide generous rewards, and the in-game event menu, while initially overwhelming due to multiple tabs, offers plenty once you take the time to explore it. Many events reward you with quick kit currency, which is a pre-built gear set currency ranging from basic gear kits to high-end gear kits. These kits are a great way to bounce back from a rough raid, as well as allow newer players to not have to worry about creating a kit without having any experience in the game. Currency is relatively easy to earn, I've found so far, through raids, and it doesn't take too long to build up a solid loadout. As you level up, new maps and game modes unlock, giving you more variety and better loot, while also pitting you against more experienced players. Currently, there are 6 maps to choose from. Some are more expansive, some house higher tier loot, and others even include boss encounters, adding even more of a challenge and better rewards. Gunplay in Arena Breakout feels excellent. Aiming is smooth, and weapon handling is responsive. Recoil is balanced, and it never feels like you have too much excessive recoil, unless you're playing like fully automatic, but even so, it's not like uncontrollable. I naturally lean towards semi-automatic and burst weapons anyway, So snipers in particular have been super fun to use, and they hit really hard and feel immensely satisfying as well. The weapon models are beautifully designed with realistic proportions, crisp textures, and the sound design stands out, especially with suppressed and unsuppressed weapons. Each has its own distinct audio profile. My favorite so far has been the Scar L with a suppressor. It delivers this super razor sharp, like piercing crack as you fire it, and it just feels like you're slicing through enemies. It's pretty awesome. Ammunition has been highlighted using different colors to help you know which is the lowest or which is the highest tier of ammo within the different categories, which is pretty awesome. And ammunition is key to penetrate through higher level armor, but it's also more expensive. So I do recommend spending money on good ammunition, especially as you make your way into higher tier maps. In terms of character movement, it's been super smooth and intuitive. Jumping and vaulting generally work fairly well. There has been one or two occasions where I've kind of like not vaulted over a ledge, and it's just kind of like jumped me over when I was expecting the vault animation, but I'm sure those little tweaks and stuff, they'll just kind of keep fixing as time goes by. In terms of movement speeds, walking, running, creeping are super easy to toggle, and the sound output from each one really feels well calibrated for stealth gameplay. The peek mechanic is responsive and super useful for minimizing your body being exposed around the corners. Pro tip would be, I actually rebind my peek keys to have Q leaning to the right and E leaning to the left. And that way, it's a little bit easier to peek and creep out simultaneously. And it kind of gives you a little bit of a game-changing mechanic to help clear tighter corners and not risk yourself by exposing too much of your body, which is pretty sweet. You should definitely give it a go. Visually, Arena Breakout is stunning. Real-time lighting and ambient tones of the environments create a super immersive atmosphere that's both engaging and easy on the eyes. Visibility is really good too, and if you're observant and move with intention through the map, spotting enemies doesn't seem to be an issue. And if you don't spot them, you're most likely going to hear them before you actually see them. Sound design is the cornerstone of any extraction shooter, which is largely well executed in this game. The game offers a full 360-degree spatial sound system, making it easy to judge the distance as well as the verticality of enemy footsteps, which is highly important in this. However, I did notice one little quirk, which was if your teammate's kind of running directly behind you, sometimes if you're facing forward, it'll sound like they're actually just in front of you. But being familiar with sort of the maps and playing with the same people all the time, you generally kind of get used to how they move. And you can also just kind of turn to the left or the right to hear which direction it is, either in your left headphone or the right headphone, which helps with that too. Breakout Season 2, called Ignition, released on the 29th of April. It's the second season, and it launched with a bunch of exciting content. There's a new map which features a new hotel as a main point of interest, as well as some game modes. The Secure Ops, which is a low-risk mode where you don't actually lose your weapons. And then the Solo Ops, which is dedicated to single player teams only. So no extra enemies. If you kill someone, they were just a lone wolf, which is pretty sweet. And then the Team Deathmatch mode, normal kind of Team Deathmatch, really good for practicing shooting and getting used to the combat, as well as Team Elimination, which is more of a kill every member on the team to win the round. On top of that, they also added some new weapons, the AK-12, the SVTU, and the MXC, plus the 3 new pistols. So I'm excited to try some of those out in the next couple of days. And then in terms of some updates from Arena, they also are planning on making larger maps to improve spawn diversity and some exploration, as well as dynamic weather system. So they're going to have like fog, rain, storms kind of shaking up the environmental hazards in the raids, which will be super cool. And then overall, I've been like super impressed with Arena Breakout Infinite. It's totally approachable for new players who maybe have dabbled a little bit into the extraction shooter genre, but haven't really felt like comfortable enough to really give it a good go. So I would highly recommend trying this game out. It'll be well worth your time to give it a shot. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I thoroughly enjoyed making this video and some of the others so far. I hope they have been super helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.